Hi, welcome back to making your head, your clay head. Right now you've got an egg form. So we're going to choose a side, any side you like that you think would be a good head side. I'm going to choose this side. And you will just squeeze it, give it a bit of a tap either side. Now that's going to be the front of your head. So that's going to go on your base. So we made a sausage last lesson just to stick that on. And that's the beginning of the next step. So smooth it all down. We're going to be looking at it from the side, and we're going to be building the back of the head out. So you've got your water in your cup. Just add a small amount of water, not too much, and you will be pinching clay off of your excess block for your spare clay, and you're adding that onto the back of the head. I'm going to press from the middle outwards, because if you trap air in there, when we come to fire it, the air will expand with the heat of the kiln and blow these extra pieces of clay off the head that you are adding. So we're building up the back of the head there. I'm just going to slap it a bit there. That's going to be the chin. So I'm also going to add clay onto the chin. Squeeze it, pinch off, squeeze, use a small amount of water and add onto the chin. To put this in context, I'm going to draw onto the face. So I'm just adding on the chin. You can use a ruler, pencil, anything you like. So this is the front, and that's down the middle. Let's just get this right in the middle of the camera. And then usually about halfway down, you've got your eyes. And between the eyes, so we can just do a little dot there and there. Between the eyes and the chin, a line. That will be your nose, and between the nose and the bottom of the head is the mouth. Now looking at that, you can see there's a lot missing. There's a lot of clay missing here. That's what we need to build out. So pinching, squeezing, water, adding on, and scraping that bit of clay onto the head. Now don't worry about these lines. That was just to show you the context of where we were adding and why. You can keep those lines on if you want to, or put them on whenever you feel like it. We're going to need even more clay than that on the chin. So just pinch a piece off, add that onto the bottom and blend it in using your fingers. You don't really need any clay tools for this. So that's the chin added on, some of it. You will be looking at your character and seeing if they have a chiseled chin, a rounded chin, a heart-shaped face, and doing that later, those kind of refinements. Right now, we're getting this egg to look more convincing as a head. To the side again, let's add on a bit more at the back. Pinch off and squeeze. A bit of water, not too much. And I'm going to add that on there. Keep rotating it, checking it from both sides. Sculptures like that, you've got to work three-dimensionally. Smoothing on that extra clay. I'm going to draw back on the face, roughly. And I'd like us to just push in there. I'm going to push in the eye sockets here gently. Not too heavily, just gently, just to help me work out where I'm adding the clay and why I'm adding it to that part. So we've got our eye sockets there. You see that face is starting to take shape now. Just squeezing it, rotating it, check it's all smooth, check the back of the head is built out, that profile. We've done some exercises in class so that you're aware of that back end shape. And the next thing to do is to add on some clay here and here. So this is under the eyes, under the eye sockets. So we're going to add clay here and here, and we're just smoothing that on. That's cheekbones. If you've got a picture of a skull, you'll be able to see clearly why we're adding that on there. So we're building up, we're contouring this egg now, so it's got a human profile. I mean, it does look like an alien at the moment. So eye sockets, just check the symmetry, Keep holding the piece facing you, checking the symmetry, blending in those cheekbones, adding more to one side if they're uneven. And squeezing that head so it's oval, so it's wider that way and slightly narrower this way. And then the forehead, a bit more we need to do. So above these eyebrows, we're going to add on some clays. This is quite a curved head and it slopes back. So generally human heads are a bit flatter than that, and we've got bone structures down either side. Pinching off some clay, and we're going to add this on here and here. Pressing from the middle outwards so we don't trap clay. So you don't press down, you press and scrape to one side. Because there's air inside this egg, it's going to distort if you press down. You might even end up with a hole, which can be fixed. It's just a bit irritating for you. So we're ending up with a nice flat forehead here. I mean, eventually we'll have a hairline about there. So we've got our nose there, got our mouth there, and our chin on. Let's get rid of that. So that's the context. You might wonder why there's so much head. But that will be integrated with hair later. I can see this bit sloping here and it shouldn't be. So this brow needs to come round further. Need to make more of that eye socket. When you blend out these creases, that's going to increase the strength of the form. And every sort of few minutes that it's out, it's drying slightly. And we don't want it to dry too much, but we want it to dry a bit. Now I'm going to smooth out the head. Look at it from the front. And then it goes in here, out, and then in, and then the chin. My chin is slightly off centre, so I'm going to make it a bit more symmetrical by adding on to this side. Use your references to help you. And we're starting to see something that looks a little bit more human. Just check it's all smoothed down. So eventually we'll have a neck on there. Just to give you a rough idea of what that looks like, it will be something like that in the long run. But right now we're just using our hand, holding it in our hand, rotating and smoothing. So I've added on the back of the head, the chin, the cheekbones and the brows as well. And I've smoothed it all down. Now when you finish, remember to wrap that up. It's got to be airtight. So get your plastic bag, put it into the bottom, get the air out, twist it, put it on your plate, and then maybe double layer it. And it needs to be completely airtight, ready for your next session.